Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you once again for joining us on Knuckle Up with Mike Orr at Orr here on Talk and Fight. We've got yet another great episode lined up with one of our heroes in the boxing world. Some guy gave it all last week over at Ring City at West Point. Well, Mike, why don't you take it over from here?
Definitely. Fight fans. We got him in the studio. We're talking about Jalen Sky Walker, 8-0-1, and compiled an amazing amateur record of 108-13. Three-time PAL champ, two-time silver Adidas Nationals champion, two-time silver Junior Olympics champ. Let's get him in the studio, man. Let's talk to him. This is Jalen Sky Walker. See you later, Graham.
Knock me out.
What's going on, Jalen?
Not much. Just right here.
Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know you're coming fresh off a fight last weekend. I guess you're in your healing stages, your recoup stages, just resting it up. Yeah, man. Thank you again for coming out, making the time to come on the show. I know our fans are going to be super excited. I'm excited. Let's get right into it. So, what age did you start boxing, my man?
I started boxing at the age of 7 years old.
7 years old. Wow, that's pretty young. So what like did you get pushed to get into it? Did you do it because of family?
You could say because of family. My dad was a boxer, and everything my dad did, I wanted to do.
Right. So you want to follow the footsteps of dad? Looked up to him.
Little kid.
Okay, so I guess that's one of your inspirations to get into boxing. So was he one of your inspirations to start competing as well?
Yeah.
At what age did you start competing?
Can you say that again?
What age did you start competing?
8 years old.
8 years old, eh? Wow, I didn't know you could compete so young, man. Like,
Yeah.
how is it competing at that age? Is it like, is it more fun? Is it stressful? Is it scary?
It's more scary.
It's more scary.
Yeah.
I guess your nerves are going through, just running through you and going crazy. I guess it's hard to settle nerves at that age. So you compiled this amazing amateur record of 108 wins, 13 losses. You got your 2 silvers at the Junior Olympics. Your 3-time PAL champ, 2-time silver Adidas Nationals. How did you manage to, juggle that and your academics?
In the early stages, it was easy, but when I got in high school, around the 10th grade, it got harder. So I chose to do homeschooling from 10th grade on all the way till I graduated because I was traveling too much and the training was getting harder. I was in there with pros and I had to dedicate more time into boxing.
Wow, homeschooling. What can you describe that to people out there? Like a lot of people don't really know the homeschool thing. So is it like you have somebody come to your house or is it taught by your parents?
I went to a school. Like I'll pick up my stuff at the school, at a high school, fill out all my packets, turn it in once a week, and I'll get my credits.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Pretty
it was
simple.
easy. It was easy to juggle boxing and do it that way. Then it made it a little easier in your life, right?
Yeah, much easier. You don't want to be weight cutting and being at school tired and stuff. Have to do a test and you got to worry about losing weight.
Wow, yeah. So definitely, is it hard to cut weight? Like, is it hard to make weight? Does it take you a long time?
It doesn't take me a long time, but it's not a walk in the park.
So I guess you got to change your eating habits and all that kind of stuff too when you're cutting weight, right?
Yeah.
Do you follow like a strict nutritional plan?
I won't say a strict nutrition plan, but I'll say it's more of like a calorie deficit. I'm just eating less, and working more, and weighing myself as often as I can. Like I could get 10 pounds off real easy.
Wow. I need to learn your secret. Do you remember your first amateur fight?
Yep.
Run us through the feeling that you had the first time you stepped in there to fight somebody.
All right, first time it was 2010, around the summertime, May. Yep, it was May at this old boxing community center where my dad used to box at. And the guy I fought, we both didn't have fights. We were the same age, didn't have fights, but our dads, they was like, kind of macho, like, oh, your son boxes, my son boxes. All right, let him have their first fight. We're gonna fight him. So we went in there. I wanted to fight, but I just remember being nervous as hell, man. Nervous. Like I didn't even know what to do. Like nervous. Went in there just throwing punches, swinging and stuff. I guess the round was a minute. I don't even know how the hell I wanted to fight. I can't even remember that. I know like I didn't even know how to win the fight. Like I didn't know like this is what makes me want to fight. I thought like what I thought it was? I thought being in the red corner means you're gonna win this day, and being in the blue corner like on Sunday means you're gonna win.
Okay. 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 So in this amazing amateur career that you had, went on a few years, because I believe you turned pro at 2019, right?
Yeah.
You were 17. Okay, so what was your greatest accolade, your greatest accomplishment as an amateur? Do you feel is your greatest?
Our greatest feeling to me was when I won the silver gloves at 8 years old. I know I won bigger things than that, but when I won the Silver Glove Districts in 2010, it was a very special moment for me because I had an arch rival named Omar Torres. And Omar Torres, we fought 4 times. The first 2 times he beat me. But the second time he beat me, I thought it was a robbery. So we fought for the 3rd time. I beat him. And then about maybe a month later, we met in the finals at the Silver Gloves. And I beat him. And that was like the greatest feeling in the world, man. It felt like Rocky. Felt like Rocky being Apollo Creed.
That's excellent. That's a great feeling.
You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah. I'll definitely look for it for sure. I've seen a lot of your fights on YouTube. I'll definitely look for that one, man. So the transition from going from amateur to pro, can you run us through that process and like how the training changed and how you changed, I guess, as getting serious into it?
Well, when I was 15 years old, I lost in USA Nationals. I believe I was like 114 pounds at the time. I lost in the semifinals. And what was happening with our coach, it wasn't going well. We didn't like the style and stuff. So we switched. But then I ended up getting with a pro trainer named Jabbar Abdullah. Like right when I turned 16. Like I was in the gym. Because my birthday's January 1st, I was in the gym, right by Christmas. And then right when I hit 16, that dude started training me. And this is the time where I stopped, started doing homeschooling and stuff. And I was in there with a whole bunch of pros. So that it was like an easy transition for me. I already had but I was in there at the Rock Boxing Club seeing pros, get down in the ring, grown men. So that was a big help.
And that was, I guess, that kind of opened up your eyes to show you that you could do this when you were standing in there and, holding your own with these pros in the ring.
Man, it was stupid looking back at it. I was 16 years old in there with grown men, about 30 years old, knocking dudes out left and right. And I was beating up on these guys, stopping them, like really stopping these guys. But I'm like, it was stupid because one punch could have changed everything. Because I'm telling you, a grown man's strength is different. Even my last fight, when a guy is like in his mid-20s, late 30s, it's a difference. It's a difference than being a teenager.
So do you find that difference makes you kind of like slow down and like slow how many fights you try to have in a year? Like, does it?
I'm trying to have a. It doesn't slow me down.
It doesn't slow you down. You just don't care. You're just like, yeah, let's get in and bang it out, or I'm gonna bang you out, and that's it.
Yeah, I could take a hit. I got dog in me.
Yeah, definitely. You could take some. I saw you take some hits in that last fight, and you ate them, man. You ate them and walked through. Would have dropped some men, and you just kept on. That perseverance and heart and drive you have is definitely shows, man. That's for sure.
Best way I could put it, I showed my championship.
Pardon me?
My championship.
Yeah. Okay. That's your greatest.
Hey, I'll tell you this: a lot of guys I fought in the amateurs. A lot of guys. Do you see this right here? It says like a private chat.
Yep. I think it was a question that somebody's asking during this interview. How do you deal with the older generation that they want to know?
Like as in what?
As in when you're in the ring fighting them. How do you deal with the people that have older, that are older and have that older strength that you were just talking about?
I should have did the opposite of what I did my last fight.
Which was knock him out?
Yeah, like what went wrong with me was I was trying to bully an older man in the ring. And
You know, the way I see it, you had him the first 3 rounds in that last fight.
yeah, it was
The first
easy.
3 rounds were all you, and it's almost like he turned on a different gear, and you kind of were just staying around the same, and you were kind of coasting a little bit after the third, right?
Yeah, well, I was still right there too long. I was trying to bully a grown man. I was trying to bully an older guy, and that's what went wrong. It was looking back at it. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that fight because I learned so much from it, and it showed the heart and it showed like the champion pedigree that I have. You know,
So, um, transition, first fight as a pro. You were sparring all these guys, that are pros. Did it make it easy? Did it calm your nerves for when you went for your first pro fight by the experience that you were getting in sparring, or were you still nervous as hell your first pro fight?
first pro fight was slight nerves, but I wasn't worried about it. I was in there with big punchers, guys that can knock my head off, so I wasn't worried about it at all. At all.
All right. Do you so you just came off your fight. You practice. You're planning on fighting in the summertime. Where do you have any like short-term goals? Anything you like? What do you want to accomplish in say the next year or so?
I want to be a champion before the age of 21. I want to be a champion at 20. This fight right here, it's a little bump in the road. Well, I won't say a bump. You can say a pothole. You gotta, clean it up the next fight. But man, I want to be the greatest. I want to go down as like Chavez Senior and Floyd Mayweather. Even with this draw, I still want to get. I think about it. I still want to get to Chavez record. Not like it's 89-0 with one draw.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to surpass all these guys. I want to be the GOAT.
You want to be the greatest of all time.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. That's it, man. That's that. We can all strive to want to be that. You're definitely on your way there. That's for sure. Um, do you want to be loved or you want to be feared?
I want to be both. It ain't too much.
If they don't love me, they're gonna fear me. That's it.
Now,
um,
I do want to be a fan. I don't want to just follow the footsteps of Floyd and have everybody hate him. I love the love that fans give me. I love being connected to people. I love being humble and being cool.
yeah, I fully understand. You gotta be a humble person and be loved to be a great champion. And you know what? You're on your way. Definitely, you have the recipe to make it happen. You know, we're just gonna see. You're so young in this game already, man. And you got a long career ahead of you. I can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish. It's going to be great. We're all behind you.
Thank
Here at Talking Fight, where I'm definitely behind you, man. I've put all my fans onto you to show them. This is what the youth of boxing look like today, and I'm not worried. The future of boxing is in hands like yours, and all these other young cats that are coming up. And definitely, I'm pretty chill now. I know we're going in a good place because of guys like you.
you.
Is there any other like is there any fighters that you look up to or as a role model right now presently?
I admire Tefimo Lopez. I admire how he called out, considered the best fighter to ever freaking live, Lomachenko. How he called him out and he beat him. I respect that. I admire that. That man has balls. He has balls of steel. All the guys like 135, like right now I'm 126. I give him the credit, like Ryan Garcia. Like I know him from the amateurs. I love what he did. I love how he built himself up, what he did for his family and himself. So like everybody right now, all the champions, I'm inspired. That's it.
Um, do you have any extracurricular activities that you do outside of boxing, or is it just like you're 100% gym bound every day kind of thing?
Yeah, man, I'm a psychopath.
Eat, sleep, gym, box. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's not the easiest life, but that's how it is. Like, don't get me wrong, the other things interest me too, but boxing is it's all I do. It's really all I do, man. Like And my coach was worried about me. He's like, man, you don't even go out like a regular kid. You just in the gym every day, every day. And you know what? It's gonna pay off.
It will. It definitely will. So I guess your coach is a big influence in your life too, right?
I'll say my father.
Your father's big.
My father is my coach.
I've had talks with him a few times over Insta. He's a great guy. He supports you 100%.
Yeah,
Great person. He, you know what? And we talk quite often. And yeah, he's very proud of you and all your accomplishments. And definitely I was, saying, hey man, he's gonna knock him out next one. And he's like, no, hold on. Just slow. We're gonna take one at a time. So you guys got your game methodically planned out, which is great. Describe your daily routine when you're getting ready for a fight. Like when you enter fight camp, how long is your camp? And what is your daily routine like?
man, it's a little different. Now it's gonna be changing for the better since this last fight and how people was, like the fight and it was impressive. But before that, going to Mexico and everything with the pandemic, it's been kind of hard because a lot of fights have been canceled. So I had to be training my ass off like the whole year, like staying in fight shape because you never know when you're gonna get that call to fight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
this fight, the April 22nd fight I just had, it was supposed to be April 8th.
Oh
So
wow. So
I'm already in camp because I fought March 20th. So I have no time to rest. You know how like your conditioning slightly goes down because you was weight cutting and you wasn't training as hard. You was just focused on losing weight. I had to get myself back in prime shape and then I had to fight again. So it was just back to back to back. It was like no time to actually like prepare for something. So this
so
next fight is going to be easier because I'm gonna have about 6 8 weeks to specifically prepare for one person.
okay. So the pandemic's made it pretty hard for you actually to train
Yeah,
for some of these fights. But you got to stay in shape just in case a fight comes up. So
yeah.
like you could get a call say a week from now. Would you be able to step into a ring a week from now? Would you be ready?
I got a little cut under my eye. I don't want to start tissue, but yeah, I hop in
True fighter at heart, man. True fighter at heart. So first pro fight. Let's talk about first time you knocked a man out in the pro series. What describe that feeling? What it felt like to just put that guy to sleep.
Man, put that guy to sleep. I was mad because the first second of the first round, the little dude rocked me. The little dude rocked me, man. He hit me with a freaking overhand right. I don't know how the hell he hit me. Like this is my first time fighting out of headgear. So I'm like, all right, what to expect? I'm like in there being smart. I jab at the dude, and for some reason I turn around like this. The dude's held the hell out of me, and I'm like, oh shit, man, this little dude really just hurt me right now. But I wasn't worried. I was already sparring pro. So like 5 seconds later, I'm like, hit him. I hit him with a what was it? A liver shot. Boom, dropped him. 10 seconds later, it was like a solar plate shot. Boom, dropped him again. And then about like a minute later, before the first round ended, I knocked him out with a body shot, and the fight was over. And yeah, all I gotta say, that was a good experience, man. I was
A
happy.
good feeling. A good feeling of accomplishment, I guess. All the hard work pays off. You put the guy out in the first and just makes you feel happy, euphoric.
It's gonna feel even better. This next fight is gonna be the best feeling ever.
Do you
Because
know? Do you know who you're fighting?
I want the rematch. We get the rematch. That's
You're
what
gonna
I
get the rematch, eh? Okay.
yeah.
We're bringing it to him hard this time, eh?
Can you say it again?
You're gonna bring it to him real hard this time.
That was the problem last time. I was trying to bully him. This time, I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him easy. I'm gonna make this fight easy for myself. Besides fighting this fight, because like all he could do is brawl. He can't set me up with any counter shots or nothing. I'm gonna use my brain a little more. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the best feeling ever to be in there and beating this guy. I gotta clear it up. Like Canelo, like man, I watched Canelo and Mayweather last night, and I was like, damn, Canelo was undefeated, but they had to say 43-0 with one draw.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
then yeah, you got to avenge it, right? You got to avenge that draw, that blemish. What's your favorite punch, man? What do you like to throw the most? What's
check.
yeah? That's it. That's the finisher. That's the finisher combo.
You could say it like takes my opponent off course. Check hook, left hand, lead uppercut, every shot.
When stepping into the ring with an opponent, I know you're fast. You're super fast. I watch your hands. You got great hand speed. You know, everybody who follows you on Insta knows you got great hand speed, man. We've all seen those reels. When you step into the ring, have you fought an opponent that's faster than you, and what did you do to persevere and come out on top in that situation?
There's not too many people really faster than me. It's people that throw more faster combinations because they're not really sitting on them. But speed, really, like when I get in there with somebody like just as fast as me, I get faster. It's weird. I actually kind of slow myself down when I'm in there with somebody slow. But if I do fight somebody faster than me, I'm just have the timing, which I kind of think is going to be hard to find somebody like really faster. You just
Okay.
gotta split the shot up, stuff like that. Like Mayweather and Pacquiao. Like Pacquiao, you can't say is really faster than Floyd. He just throws faster combinations, but Floyd is like quicker off the draw. You can say that.
Does it take a lot of work to become super fast like you? Is it spend a lot of time in the gym working on speed drills? Is that what it takes?
It's mostly genetics, man. Mostly genetics and how you think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
not every fight I look crazy fast. Sometimes I look like he's fast, but he ain't throwing like his fastest.
What's your favorite fight out of your career, or like out of your career right now? If you could call one.
My last fight.
Your last fight's your favorite?
Yeah.
Is it because you learned something from it?
Yeah, and because it was on TV.
Ah, that's it. The next one's gonna be on TV.
Yep.
Definitely. I can't wait to see that, man, in the summer. You're gonna definitely have to let us know when it's gonna happen. What do you think separates you from everybody else in your weight class right now that makes you the athlete that you are?
My youth. I'm younger than everybody. My mindset, my dedication, my attitude towards the sport and towards how I deal with everything,
Okay, that being said, if you could have a dream fight.
Dream fight. I'll tell you real quick. I'm gonna get my charger.
Okay, no problem. Grab your charger. This is gonna be good. I can't wait to hear this answer. Dream fights. Gotta love them. Fight fans. You know where it's at. Jalen Walker. So dream fight. Who would be a dream fight today for you?
Dream fight for me, it'll be one of my favorite fighters, Salvador Sanchez.
Wow. Okay. Never. Okay. Why would it be your dream fight right now?
Because he's considered the greatest featherweight of all time, and I want to be the greatest fighter of all time. And the best got to beat the best. And I don't know if it was a draw. I think he had a loss before he became stardom and the top guy. But I look up to guys like that could bounce back.
It's hard to do. Not a lot of people can do it. It's kind of like a pretty good skill to have. Your defense is on point, man. I know I've seen guys try to hit you, and you can duck and dodge and move, and honestly, you'd probably win a limbo contest, to be honest. The way you can duck down low. How describe some of the drills you got to do to work on to achieve that kind of ability.
To achieve great defense.
Yeah, what kind of drills do you do to be able to duck and dodge all that? Is it?
I spar pro fighters that beat people up for a living.
That's a great answer, man. I like that. Okay, yeah. So spar somebody who's going to beat your head in, and eventually you're going to duck and dodge out of the way.
You don't want to get hit by him. You don't want to get knocked out. I'll be at the wild card gym sparring with this Filipino fighter named Mark Masayo, and that dude is a knockout puncher, fast right hand, like right when you throw a punch, he's countering on you, and like you don't want to get knocked out in front of Freddie Roach, you don't.
No, I guess not. You don't want to get knocked out in front of Freddie Roach.
Hey, go ahead, like I'm the type of fighter. If you keep hitting me with something, I'm gonna figure out like, all right, he's hitting me with this. Let me move my head. I don't get why fighters don't think like that. Like if I'm hitting you with the same punch, make sure you don't get hit with that punch no more. It's not hard. Like block it, parry it, slip, do something. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
almost like playing chess, right? Like fighting's a mental game.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a question for you. I've asked this. This has been like one of my things that I've said for a long time. Like people say that boxing, it's dying off as like a sport. I believe, it's coming back with some of the things that are going on. What do you think about 4-ounce gloves if they were to lower the ounce of the gloves?
A lot of people get knocked out.
Exactly. That's what we like. That's what I like. I like guys who get knocked out, right? So it would be shorter fights, right?
Yeah.
Would you wear 4-ounce gloves and get in the ring with somebody?
Can you say that again?
Would you put on some 4-ounce gloves and get in the ring?
Yeah, I'll go in the UFC. There,
I love it, man. I love it. That's awesome. 4-ounce gloves are the way to go, man. Good way to go. Knockouts. That's what we love here, man.
Hey,
Jalen, honestly, you've been
more.
a blast, brother. I honestly enjoyed this conversation that we've had.
You're gonna have to pay me more to wear some 4 ounces.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Could be some more damage, right? So you got to get paid more to get in there.
Oh yeah, man. I already get little cuts, little bumps. I don't know what's gonna happen with 4 ounces. Probably my whole jaw gonna get discolorated. My head probably gonna fall off.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's the other guy that's getting his head knocked off, right?
Hey, I hope so. I don't know with 4 ounces. Whew. That's a deadly combination.
What do you think? What do you think would help bring boxing to a new fan base?
Fighters like me, the younger generation. I feel that we're bringing it back. I want to even say slowly bringing it back. I feel like how everything is going with social media and how boxing has like a romantic place in everybody's heart. Boxing will always be there. It's just you're going to need boxing's always going to need that star to keep the fans coming. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to need that Mayweather, that De La Hoya, that Pacquiao.
So yeah, so you need those goats, man, to keep it alive. So that being said, do you think what Jake Paul is doing now is helping or hurting the sport?
It's helping because that's bringing eyes on it. It's
the youth.
I don't like about it, but there's certain things that I can't deny. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how he said YouTube was easier than boxing. That was a little disrespectful. And I don't like how his third fight, he's already making $1 million. But shit, my third fight, I was only making what, $100? I don't even think I got paid my third fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so the pay scale is unfair, really, because it's
But I understand though. I understand he brings in the audience. He's a YouTube guy. A lot of people know him. I can't knock him. He's a YouTube guy that got hands. He can fight. He can't fight like a boxer, but he can fight, and I respect that. So I got nothing else to say towards him.
You know what? Honestly, I believe he's doing good things for the sport. But then there's also the things that I believe that he's not doing good for the sport. But I do give him respect because he can throw hands, and you know what? It's good to hear a boxer's side of view. And do you believe that the youth of boxing today doesn't really have the right kind of platforms to get their names out there?
Yeah, to an extent. It's not impossible, we just needs better marketing. A lot of fighters got to start doing what I'm doing now, We have to
social media.
Yeah, people love boxing. People love seeing guys fight, People love that. People are going to eat that up. We just have to show ourselves more. We have to be on TV. We have to be on documentaries. We have to be on TV shows. We gotta have guest appearances on talk shows, stuff like that.
So just more getting yourself out there, more just doing the social media.
Yeah.
See, fight fans, I'm telling you, man, around the world, this is what you got to do, man. You got to get on your social media. Like we've created our platform over at Talk and Fight now. We sent you your link for your profile where you can upload all your fight footage that gets seen by all our viewers around the world. And we're trying to help young fighters get noticed, man, and get out there and get that name, because there's fighters like you that aren't known, that have such good good ability to fight in the ring and put on a great show. And it's upsetting that a lot of guys go unnoticed, and they got to work their ass off to get little out of it. And honestly, I give it to them, man, because they have that heart that keeps them going at it, even though it's not all the glitz and glamour they thought it was going to be. Yeah. That being said, man, I'm so impressed with your career so far. Describe which one do you think is your worst performance out of all your fights so far, and what did you do to separate and work on it?
My last one, and it's my worst and it's my best performance.
Okay.
Honest assessment. Now I'm still an undefeated fighter. Well, I'm not saying I don't care about being undefeated. Of course, I care about that, but people put too much importance in that. But I still have my own. But now it's like every time they say my record, like, oh, Jalen is 42-0, 41 knockouts, 0 losses, 1 draw. There's always going to be somebody trying to criticize, have something to say. Even if I go back and beat the hell out the guy, they still going to have something to say, and that's fair. So all in all, I could say that fight was my best and my worst performance.
I fully understand, man. And you know what? It's that kind of thought and that kind of mentality, man, that shows that you're already a veteran so young into this game. Honestly,
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, man, I know I only got about how many fights I have? I have 9 fights. I was gonna say I only got 9 fights, but that fight, man, I feel like a veteran now.
Yeah, definitely. That's man. It's true. You have that veteran attitude. You have that veteran attitude.
Like I feel kind of like Manny Pacquiao. Like he had 2 losses before he became a star. Well, actually 3 losses before he beat De La Hoya. And that's what I feel like. Like a draw is not a loss, but it's still like it's adversity, and I'm glad I faced it.
Awesome. That's great, man. That's great. Such a great attitude. Such a great attitude. When you're done with this sport and the sport's done with you, and you're ready to hang it up and retire and move on to pursue other things, what's your legacy? What do you want to leave behind?
First thing, I don't want the sport to be done with me. I want it to go as I'm done with the sport, because like them being done with me, that means that I've been getting beat up.
Okay. We'll reword it. When you're done with the sport and you're no longer competing.
When I'm done with the sport, the only blemish I want on my record is that freaking draw. That's all I want. I want to go as high. I want to surpass Mayweather's 50-0. I want to go 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I want to go real far. I'm going to stay undefeated. I'm going to have that draw, and I want to go down as the GOAT. I want people to be arguing at barbershops who would have won, me or Mayweather or me or Chavez. That's what I want.
Okay. Yo, I like that, man. That's wicked. That's great. That being said, Jalen, I know you're a busy man. Thank you for taking this time out today to talk to us. I know our fans around the world are gonna love this, man. I've been talking about you for since the beginning of Knuckle Up. I'm so happy that you came on, man. I definitely want to get you back on for an interview after your next fight, after your next victory. And thanks again for coming on. Knuckle Up fans around the world, you know what it is, man. That's Mike Orr at 4 with your boy Jalen Sky Walker, 8-0-1.
Nah.
Mr. Knockout. He's gonna come back next time after his big win, and we're gonna talk to him again for sure. Guys, if you would like and share it, jab that like, hook, subscribe, knock out those comments, and we'll see you tomorrow for Female Friday.
All right, bro.